For the past 3 years, I've worked as an overnight security guard at a mall. Initially, the mall didn't require someone to work overnight, but after a rise in vandalism, they decided to hire a night shift guard. Most nights, my job was pretty straightforward. I would drive around the parking lot, listening to the radio, occasionally kicking skateboarders out of the lot, or checking out any suspicious people hanging around. Other than that, things were quiet and uneventful. However, about 3 months into the job, something unusual happened that made me question if I was just imagining things. While driving around the parking lot one night, I noticed a light was on in one of the shops. This was strange because no one had come in or out of the mall, and there was no way someone could have snuck past me. Naturally, I parked my car and went inside to investigate. When I reached the shop, I didn't hear any sounds of people rummaging around or anything out of the ordinary. The shop was empty, and the security gate was still down, which only the shop owner could open. So, I couldn't really do anything about the light being on. I shrugged it off and went back to my car. A little while later, I noticed another light on inside the mall, in a different shop. I went back inside to check it out, and once again, the shop was empty, and the security gate was still locked. I even tugged on it to see if anyone was hiding, but no one responded. As I turned to leave, I heard a faint click behind me. When I checked the previous shop, the light was now off, but I swear I saw someone running behind the counter, quickly disappearing. At this point, I figured I was just exhausted, having gone on only 3 hours of sleep over the past 48 hours. I chalked it up to sleep deprivation playing tricks on me. But then, as I continued my patrols, something even stranger happened. A few months later, around my 1-year anniversary as a guard, I had to do a quick inspection of the pipes in the mall. It was winter, and the owners had decided to save some money by having me do routine checks on things like that. While walking through the mall, I made my way to the bathroom to relieve myself. As I entered, I heard a toilet flush, which startled me more than I'd like to admit. There was no one in the bathroom though, and the stalls were all empty. The toilets in the mall are motion activated, so there was no reason for any flushing sounds unless someone had been there recently. I went to sit in one of the stalls, taking out my phone to watch a YouTube video to pass the time. That's when I started to hear a strange tapping noise coming from the stall next to me. At first, I thought it was just someone messing around, but then I noticed a pair of shoes standing under the partition, the toes pointing toward me. I didn't think much of it at first, but then something made me glance up. When I did, I saw the most unnerving sight I've ever witnessed. A tall man was standing just outside the stall, looking down at me. His head was so high above the stall that I could barely see his face, but I definitely saw his eyes staring at me. I don't know how I didn't jump out of my skin in that moment. If I hadn't already been sitting down, I might have bolted out of there. As soon as he realized I'd seen him, he ducked back down, out of sight. My heart was pounding in my chest, but I didn't waste any time. I jumped up and kicked open the door to the next stall, only to find it completely empty, except for a pair of shoes exactly in the same spot where I had seen them before. I wasn't about to stick around to figure out what was going on, so I practically ran back to my car, my mind racing. It was around 4 a.m. at this point, and once again, I tried to rationalize what happened. Maybe I was just exhausted. I was about to get a day off, so I figured I'd just let it go and get some rest. But looking back now, I still can't explain what I saw in that bathroom. I've had some strange things happen during my shifts, but that encounter still stands out as one of the creepiest.